My wife said she wanted to sleep with her ex. I thought it was a joke at first, the kind of awkward, poorly timed joke that you laugh off and pretend didn't happen, but she didn't laugh. I, 31M, have been married to my wife, 29F, for 4 years, together for almost 8. We've had a pretty normal relationship, ups and downs, arguments here and there, but nothing I ever thought would lead to this. Last weekend, we were just sitting on the couch, nothing serious, TV on, phones in hand, one of those quiet, comfortable nights. Out of nowhere, she says, "Can I ask you something, and you promise not to get mad?" That should have been my first warning. I laughed a little and said, "That depends on the question." She hesitated. Like she was deciding whether to say it or not, then she said it anyway. "What would you think if I met up with my ex?" I frowned. "Why?" She shrugged. "We've been talking again, just catching up. That already didn't sit right with me, but I stayed calm. Okay, and?" Then she said it, casually, like she was asking what we should have for dinner. "I think I might want to sleep with him, just once, for closure." I actually thought I misheard her. I stared at her, waiting for her to smile, to say she was joking. She didn't. "What?" I said. "I'm serious," she replied. "It wouldn't mean anything. I just feel like I never got closure with him." I didn't even know how to respond. This wasn't some random fantasy or hypothetical. She had clearly thought about this. "You're married," I said slowly, "to me." "I know," she said quickly. "And I love you. This has nothing to do with that." Nothing to do with that, right? I felt this mix of confusion and anger building up, but I tried to keep it together. "So you've been talking to him behind my back?" I asked. "It's not like that," she said. "We just reconnected." "How long?" She hesitated. "A few weeks." That hit harder than I expected, because it meant this wasn't impulsive. This was something she'd been thinking about, building up to. "And you think sleeping with him is somehow okay?" I asked. "I didn't say it was okay," she said. "That's why I'm asking you." That part almost made it worse, like she wanted permission, like this was some kind of negotiation. I stood up at that point. "I'm not okay with that," I said, "at all." She sighed, like I was being unreasonable. "I just thought we could be honest with each other," she said. "Honest?" I repeated. "You've been talking to your ex for weeks and now you want to sleep with him." "That's not honesty, that's already crossing a line." She didn't respond right away, then she said something that stuck with me. "You don't understand," she said quietly. "He was a big part of my life. I just feel like I need to finish that chapter properly." Finish that chapter, while married. I didn't even know what to say anymore. So I just walked away. That night, I couldn't sleep. My mind kept replaying the conversation, not just what she said but how casually she said it, like it wasn't a big deal, like I was supposed to consider it. The next morning, things felt off. She acted normal, like we had just had a regular conversation, made coffee, asked what I wanted for breakfast, like she hadn't just told me she wanted to sleep with her ex. I couldn't ignore it, so I asked her again, "You're actually serious about this?" She looked at me and said, "I just want you to think about it." That's when something clicked. This wasn't just a random thought she shared, she wanted this, and suddenly, I started wondering how far had this already gone? Because people don't jump straight to asking their spouse for permission to sleep with their ex, without something already happening. So later that day, when she left her phone on the table, I did something I've never done before. I checked it, and what I found was worse than I expected. Comment for part 2.